Okay, welcome everyone to the Confident Woman interview series. My name is Clarissa Findlay and I'm your host today. And I'm so excited to have Keisha Angel here with us today. Keisha is a spiritual life coach. She's an intuitive, she's an author and a speaker. And she is so passionate about teaching others about self-love and self-care, inspiring confidence, forgiveness, and helping people heal from their wounds, which is incredible work. So thank you, Keisha, for being here with us. And I'm so excited to hear what you have to share on this topic.
Okay, thank you, Clarissa, for having me be a part of your Confident Woman series. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, to start, Keisha, I would love if you would share just a little bit about your own personal, story and your journey and what it's been like for you developing confidence and what has led you to what you're currently doing today.
Okay, so essentially, it's been a process in terms of developing confidence and self-esteem within myself, but it's something that I had to work on over time, and I feel like it's still a daily practice that we need to do things to kind of infuse our self-confidence and self-esteem. It's like daily work. So I would say that pretty much just before going through my divorce, I started to kind of, I guess, tap into my inner self, my inner strength, who I am as a person, as a woman, and wanting to really express my voice a little bit more confidently, because I wasn't able to do that prior, or I didn't allow myself to do that prior. And that's my own, I guess, fault, or in terms of how I was developing as a woman. So after my divorce, I pretty much started to just spend a lot of time alone, getting to know myself on a deep, I call it like getting to know myself on a deep, intimate level. Just doing like different things, like fun things, nothing, whether it's going for a nature walk or going for a swim in the ocean, going to yoga classes, doing things that I would just kind of do things that I enjoyed doing to kind of tap me back into, because when we connect to like joy or things that we enjoy doing that activates our soul, it really helps to infuse and help us to grow our self-love and confidence. So I just started to make an effort to consciously do things on my own. I wasn't seeking anything outside of myself, or seeking another partner, or even like girlfriends. Yes, I would go out and do social things with people, but I really made an effort to, whether it was going to a movie alone. I think it's really, really important for us to be comfortable spending time alone with ourselves and getting to know ourselves on a deep, intimate level. So that's kind of how I started. I just feel that we're so like bombarded with social media, and like people, as humans, we tend to want to be around. Some of us, I am also introverted, which is interesting as a spiritual life coach and intuitive and teacher. But I can do that dance with being introverted, but at the same time, I can go outside and be extroverted when I need to be and want to be. So I feel like um, essentially, yeah, just basically making sure that, we're always wanting to have that stimulus of being around people and hanging out and just like always on the outside. But I feel like we need to draw ourselves with inside. And so that's kind of how I've done it for myself. And then the second part of that is that I still do, and I did a lot back then, was I would also do creative things. So I would do like take a creative class, or I would do some creative work at home, whether it was going to the art supply shop and getting some canvas and painting, or I'm not an trained artist or a painter or anything like that, but just doing things that would take me outside my comfort zone. I feel like art and creativity actually activates the love energy that we really need to draw on every day. Because I mean, really in life, I feel like there's a lot of my great teachers have, that I've either read their books or had gone to their workshops and stuff. It's like Dr. Wayne Dyer said, there's two paths. There's either love or fear. And every day we get to choose whether we want to be on the path of love or fear. And so we need to do our part. And fear does serve a purpose, but we need to know how to do that dance with it, and then use that to fuel, use that fear to kind of fuel and tap into the courage that really lies within us, and it's actually there in our soul self. So a big part too of, I feel, growing my confidence and my self-love was having a strong foundation in my spiritual practice. That will mean very different things for many people. For me, it was the key was meditation and connecting to a higher power outside of myself. For me, it might be, it's like God, Jesus, the angels. I'm a big believer in communicating with the archangels and working with angels, the universe, that universe energy. And I feel like that also played a part in helping me to build that faith and trust and confidence within myself, knowing that I'm not alone and that I'm supported on my journey. And that another thing too is taking it even deeper is I started to say to myself over the years, I'm a divine being. And then I would also refer to myself as a goddess. So, I'm a goddess. I deserve good. I deserve great love, intimate love, deep love. And when you actually, it takes a while to believe that, but you have to practice it daily. And over time, like I would say within, they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. So I would say that, after doing it and it can take us longer. So we just have to make sure that we're consistent with the practice of saying these things, feeling these things. So we say them, we write them down, we feel them. So the most important element of everything is feeling it as you go through practicing and developing your confidence and your self-love. You can say like, I am confident, right? But the thing is that you may not feel it today when you start your practice as you're consciously working on it. But over time, we're shifting those subconscious beliefs that make us feel that we're not confident, but you're slowly working on it over time. So I feel that, if I say that I'm a divine being with unlimited potential, I have all that I need to get what I want, I'm deserving of great love, I am love. When you express those things and over time you do things to help you to incorporate and invigorate those feelings within yourself, it just comes, and you can feel the difference. As I get tingles right now. so yeah, it's just making sure we use the right words to describe who we are, and very deep words too. Saying I'm a divine being is not something that we should take lightly, right? It's your divine it's a beautiful, it's a very strong energy, it's a very positive energy. So the more that we can actually feel that, believe that, and trust that, you everything else just transforming your life. So those are some of the things that I've used over the last, I'd probably say, 8 years, really, really, really solidly. And then with my spiritual practice, it's been about 15 years of studying different things, and the meditation is key as well, and quiet time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so much. I love it. Everything that you just shared is amazing. And I can relate to, you probably don't know about me. I got divorced at 21 years old, but it was the same
Oh,
thing. Like I didn't know
right.
who I was. And so then after that, I just got to go through an experience of exactly what you said, like taking a lot of space for myself to really understand me and figure out who I was. And
That's the key.
yeah, it's so key. And that's where a lot of these conversations have gone. So it's interesting that you bring that up as well, in developing,
Oh, okay.
is really just diving into who you are. And I love what you said about being a divine, being a divine being, because it's true about all of
Yes,
us, and it's not
exactly.
any small thing. And being able to really ground into that and know
Yes,
it's supported.
absolutely.
Yeah, amazing. How do we ground into that? How do we really
Oh, okay.
gain and
So, like with my clients and stuff, I basically, some of the tools that I like to teach them to equip themselves with, and use if they're open to that, of course. See, everything has to feel comfortable to the person. So, everything that we're talking about today, you know, they're not necessarily going to agree with everything that we say, or I say, or Clarissa says, but the person just has to be open to want to try something different. in order to make that change. So if we're wanting to see change in how we feel about ourselves and our lives and stuff, we have to be willing to do something different, right? We may be listening to this tune, but this tune may not be working. So do we want to listen to another type of tune? So some of the things that I teach my clients and the tools are, I would, we do mirror work. So that's a big thing from the philosophy that I was coached in is the Heal Your Life philosophy with Louise Hay. So basically part one of the tools that we use is mirror work. And that's basically, it's not a very easy thing to do, but I teach them to go and look in the mirror every morning, and they're going to say, like, I love myself. Or if it's, sometimes that's really hard for someone, you're looking in your own eyes, these eyes are staring back at you, and it can be quite emotional. But it is a good practice, and then the more that you do it over time, it helps to invigorate that deep seated love that's really inside of us already, but it connects us to our soul self that's there every day for us, but we're so lost in the noise sometimes and in our minds that we don't connect back to our heart and our soul center. So the mirror work, I would say, is key. And then the other thing too is, and I would also say, like, write love notes to yourself on your bathroom mirror. I mean, if you have a partner, then just explain what you're doing, and or maybe use the powder room or something. But yeah, you just put like a little love you note, like I love red lipstick, so I would do like, I love you, Keisha, or like, you can say, I'm a divine being, or I'm a goddess. Anything that's going to help, those words that are going to infuse that in you. So I think the bathroom mirror, I like that. I like that tool and that action as an item. And then also I'm a big believer of asking them to do a lot of creative things. So doing something like once a month, or once every 2 months or so, or once a quarter, depending on what you can afford. Go out to your local. A lot of communities now have like art creative centers where you can go in and do like painting of wine glasses, or you can do like creating dream catchers, or just painting, doing different kind. They'll have like the picture of what you need to create, and then they'll teach you how to actually paint, so you don't have to be a trained artist to do some of these things. So I don't know what it is about the creative energy, but it just really fuels that joy and that love. It just opens up a really, really nice feeling within yourself when you're trying that. The other thing too is, if they don't want to go out to an art studio or a creative center, they can actually just go to the local art store, because I've done this before. And then I get the medium I like is acrylic, but somebody maybe like watercolors. Go with whatever you're drawn to, and then you bring it home and you set it outside if you can, or if it's winter time and it's too cold, then you're inside in a nice area, play some nice light music, put on some candles. And then I like to say, paint with your non-dominant hand. So essentially, you can do both. One exercise to paint with the non-dominant hand, and then the other one is to paint with if you're left-handed, your left hand, and then just see how you feel. Just something about painting with the hand or writing with the hand that you're not dominant with, because then it activates a whole sense of like a trust process of what you're trying to create, and then you have to also say without judgment, right? So so those are some of the things I like to do. And then I also like anything that's going to take you into your body. So some people, I'm a big believer in yoga. I'm a yoga teacher, and yoga, Pilates, any kind of exercise that you like that will put you into your body, even dancing, like taking like a chairless class, or going for like a pole dancing class, or anything well, sometimes if you don't feel comfortable doing it and you're not used to doing it, I also feel like that's another action that I guide them to take, because it takes you outside of your comfort zone. So I've done some of those classes just strictly and I find that because I'm somewhat shy too, it takes me outside my comfort zone, and I feel confident after. Just doing something like a cheerless class, I would never normally, the normal me would never want to do that, but then doing that actually helps to infuse your self-esteem and your self-confidence, because it takes you into your body in a different way. So anything that can take you out of your mind, and stop you from overthinking into your body, I feel like it's a good practice for developing your confidence and your self-love.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for those tools. I love it. I love the creativity and the ways of getting out of our heads and getting into
Yes.
our bodies and letting that flow to really just understand parts of ourselves that we don't tap into all the time. So it's super, super
Right. Yeah.
powerful. Well, Keisha, I know that you have a free gift for our viewers. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yes. So basically, I created a sunrise gratitude journal, is what I call it, and it's like a basically what I'm giving away is the first 5 days of the sunrise gratitude journal, and basically it helps people to get into that habit of. For me, a morning routine is good. I know that some people, so they can do it anytime they want, but I prefer mornings. Just get it out, and you print out the first 5 days, and you'll just start writing out. So each day has a quote, and then there's an action for you to take and journal about. So I feel that journaling will help you to create like a spiritual practice, help you to develop like a deeper connection to the universe, a power higher than yourself, whatever that might be for you. It's different for everybody. So and then it's also the most important thing is practicing gratitude, because a lot of times when we're stressed out or we're anxious or we're not feeling great, the world can be a challenging place sometimes, and life is full of challenges. It's not a bed of roses all the time. So one of the things that we can do and that I practice to do is practicing gratitude every day. So when I'm feeling a little bit off, I just think about, oh, what's the one thing I can think about that I'm grateful today? So it's just trying to help people to create a focus around making it a practice to express their gratitude, express how they're feeling in the morning, and starting it off on a positive note. So basically, I do have the whole 30-day journal, but I'm giving away the first 5 days free so people can try it and see if they like it.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's beautiful. I saw it on your website and I just was like, so pretty. So thank you. That's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
and
Oh, it's a digital format, by the way. It's
okay.
the digital format. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I just like the
And then you can print it off
yeah,
and write in it.
beautiful. Well, I'll put that link below so that everyone can grab that.
Okay.
Well, Keisha, thank you so much again for being here with us and for sharing your wisdom and the tools. So powerful. Some different things than I've heard in other interviews, and so it's going to be so great for the viewers to hear. So thank you for being here, and thank you everybody for watching. And we'll be back again tomorrow for more. Bye for
Thank
now.
you for having me.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah. Love and light and blessings to everyone listening. Thank you.
Thank you.